Hey everyone, so it's Hearth and welcome back to my channel. So on today's video, we're going to be taking a look through some of my favourite pieces of witchy and pagan jewellery that I have in my collection. So over the last few years, I have been collecting witchy and pagan jewellery from all over the country, both online and in person, from lots of shops that I just really wanted to support and loved their artwork and their jewellery. And especially with me working a lot of occult, witchcraft and pagan shows across the UK, ultimately I end up having a wander around, buying things that I probably shouldn't be buying, and supporting some of my friends and just people that I've met at the events that just create beautiful things. So today I wanted to go through some of my favourites within my collection and also share with you some of the small businesses that have created them, so that if you want to find something similar for yourself, there are some amazing creators that you can look at and kind of have a little browse or support if you would like to. Now, for anyone that does enjoy seeing my personal jewellery collection, I have some kind of quirky earrings like these ones. I will be doing another video on this on my second channel, the link is in the description box, which is going to be more of my quirky jewellery that isn't necessarily witchcraft and pagan related. They will be on a video on my second channel in a couple of weeks time, I think. So the link for that is in the description box. Now I do just want to mention that almost all of these pieces of jewellery I have purchased myself. There is only one that I haven't, and that was sent to me by one of you guys. The rest I have purchased for myself with my own money over the past too long, honestly, too long. And I have not been asked to do this video, I have not been asked to talk about them. These are just the pieces of jewellery that I really love. Some of the people that make them are my personal friends. Some of them are just people that I have been to events with, or people that I have just met on the events that I do go to. And so I just wanted to share with you guys the wonderful pieces of jewellery that I really like. For any of them that I do know the creator and the shop, I will list it down in the description box so that you guys can go and check that out if you would like to. Some of them I don't know where they came from, so it may well be a case of if you go to a similar area, you might be able to find the person that sells them, or you might be able to find something similar by a different company, depending on the style of jewellery that it is. So I am going to split this up into sections, and I will put timestamps down in the description box as well if you are only interested in a certain category. We're going to start with necklaces, then bracelets, then earrings, and then rings to finish it all off with. And I'm going to try and do this relatively quickly, otherwise this video could take a really long time. So first up, we have the biggest necklace, actually the biggest piece in this entire video, and that is this one. Now, this is a beautiful piece from a company called Blackbird Oak, and I have done loads of shows with Charlie, the creator, and honestly, she's probably one of the nicest, if not the nicest person I've ever had the pleasure to meet. Genuinely the most lovely human being imaginable. And they make the most gorgeous necklaces. Now, a lot of their pieces are individual. Each one is entirely unique. And they're also very chunky and very large. And they are like show-stopping pieces of jewellery. I'll be honest, when I find someone that I really like, their artwork or their style, I tend to go a little crazy with buying things. So I think in one year, I got a piece of jewellery, which is this beautiful piece, which is a piece of Angel Aura quartz, which was wrapped for me by Charlie. And I got this at the last show I actually attended before lockdown hit. And then my mum got a piece, and then my auntie got a piece. And then my mum's friend got a piece, and then we buy people gifts for Christmas, and it honestly just becomes like a family that just all wears the same style of jewellery because we just love them so much. So if you do really like this very chunky style of crystal jewellery, where each one is wire wrapped and completely unique with its own little plaited cord, which is really comfortable, by the way. If you think that wearing heavy jewellery is uncomfortable, you should really try these because these are so elasticated and they're so soft and comfortable. I would recommend Blackbird Oak. I would honestly buy way more from them, and I probably will if I see them at another event in the coming years because I really love their style. Moving on, we have quite a delicate piece of jewellery. This is actually a spiral goddess necklace. Now, this is probably one of my most worn pieces of jewellery, mainly because it goes with so many outfits. Now, this one is created by The Green Man. I will link, obviously, all of the information in the description box. And I met this gentleman at the Llangollen Fairy Festival, I believe, and I've since seen them at lots of different events and shows. And they hand make individual beautiful little metal goddesses and green men faces and symbols, and I've had the pleasure to speak with this gentleman for like 20 or 30 minutes, and he is so passionate about what he does that you can't help but fall in love with every single item. This is someone who is so dedicated to creating what they consider to be beautiful, perfect creations. And I had to get one. I got this little beauty, and I probably wear her more often than any other piece in this, mainly because she is so wearable compared to a lot of the pieces I have. A lot of them are very large and chunky, and they come on these really long adjustable cords, which I like because you can have it as long or you can have it as nice and short, and I think that's really useful, especially if you want to make jewelry a little bit more available for everyone. So there's loads of different options available, but I love this little goddess. She is so cute, and I do actually wear her more than anything else. I think I was wearing this the other day. I nearly forgot it, actually. I nearly left it out of this video because it wasn't even where the rest of my jewelry is. It was in my easy grab jewelry section, and that should really tell you how much I wear this. Next up, we have a clay piece. Now, I got this one at the Glastonbury Frost Fair a few years ago. I think it was about 2018. I worked the Glastonbury Frost Fair. Now, that name is really difficult for me because I cannot pronounce F's and R's next to one another. And now that I have told you that, I guarantee you will not be able to unhear the fact that I cannot pronounce F's and R's. But I got this from the Glastonbury Frost Fair. That is very difficult for me to say, and I fell in love with her immediately. Now, this beauty is from the shop Art of Wonders, and oh my goodness, their entire stall was stunning. Each piece that I know of anyway has a crystal set into it, so the one that I have has a green aventurine set into it, and they are just so beautiful. She's got a perfect little face, colourful long hair. She's actually surprisingly lightweight for being essentially solid clay, and once again we do have a very long cord, which makes them super wearable for most people, and I love her. Like, I wear black 99.9% of the time. I will occasionally wear like black and red or black and green, but this is gorgeous as a very colourful piece, and I actually really like the fact that it offsets all of the black that I wear. So I am definitely going to be going back and getting more from Art of Wonders because they are absolutely gorgeous. I have never been able to get over that. And they were absolutely lovely when we met them at the Frost Fair, and they were super busy, but they still took the time to talk to us about the products that they create and about how they make them and a bit of information about themselves. And honestly, that really goes a long way, especially when you're working shows. The fact that they took the time to do that and they're so dedicated to creating beautiful art, that really means a lot to me. Now, up next is a piece of jewellery that some of you will likely recognise. I have spoken about briefly before, but I love it so much that I have to mention it again, and that is this. This is a flying key. Now, anyone who loves Harry Potter will immediately appreciate this. That is one of the many reasons why I got this. This is from a shop called From the Wildwood, and I have met them at so many shows. It seemed like we would always cross paths at the same events. So we saw each other in Glastonbury, and then we saw each other in North Wales, and it was just kind of a weird thing where we just kept meeting each other. And so I have a few pieces from the Wildwood, and this is probably the most show-stopping piece imaginable. The wings are gorgeous. They have like shimmer on them, and they are very flexible and bendy, so you do have to be careful with them. But I have worn this to so many shows, and every single time I get asked, where did you get that necklace from? Oh my god, I need that necklace. So this is the one that I have from them, and it is gorgeous. And once again, Amanda is absolutely amazing. She is the one that creates the majority of the products, and we as a family have got like many different pairs of earrings. We've got different pieces of jewelry. Every time we see them, we have to like buy something because everything is really, really nice. So this one is in my list of favourites, and also it would look amazing as a wall hanging. Can we all agree? Like, oh, imagine a mobile, like a child's mobile with these on it. Okay, I'm just getting myself excited now about something that is completely unnecessary, but I think would be really, really cool. Now this one's a little bit harder to explain because I actually got sent this one by one of my amazing subscribers a couple of years ago now. I think it was Christmas 2019. It's a beautiful gemstone bead and triple moon necklace, and it's really, really long. I get asked so much about this when I wear it. Now, I am going to have to ask my wonderful subscribers out there if you know who sent this to me. Now, when I decorated this room, all of the sheets and the letters and everything else that I get sent was on a stack on the arm of the sofa. and it got moved during the decoration, and I, for the life of me, cannot find out who sent this to me. So if you sent me this absolutely stunning necklace, which I wear so often, it is beautiful, can you please let me know? And if you do have a shop, please send me a link on Instagram, because I would absolutely love to share these with other people because they are gorgeous, but I can't find the paperwork. But if I do find out who created this and who sent it to me, I will put a link down in the description box if they do sell them, because it's gorgeous. It goes with basically everything I own, because everything I own is black, and so it matches so well with that purple and black. It is gorgeous. I cannot tell you how much I like this, and I'm so frustrated with myself that I am disorganized. I wish I was more organized, but I never change. I actually never change. Now, the last of the necklaces that actually have a cord attached to them, because I do have a few pendants, is this one. Now, this is probably, I'd say, my all-time favorite necklace that I have ever purchased and ever owned ever. That is a lot of evers, but it is worth it to me. Now, it's absolutely gorgeous. This was actually not purchased in a shop. I was walking down Glastonbury Tor, I would say about 6 years ago. I'd say it was about 2014, something like that. And at the bottom of Glastonbury Tor, just below the White Well, there was a woman who was selling pieces of jewellery on the side of the road. And one of those pieces of jewellery was this necklace. And it is essentially turned this way around, and it is a tree that has its branches being the amethyst point. And I loved it so much that I had to buy it. And I actually lost this for many, many years, and I had no idea where it went. And then miraculously, about a month before I'm filming this video, it just reappeared. And I was like, damn, I really need to talk about that. Now, if you do want to get something similar to this, there are a lot of shops online that do sell them. Or if you are lucky, you may well find the mystical lady who appears at the bottom of the tour to sell these pieces of jewellery. I have been to Glastonbury probably almost every single year since, and I have yet to see them again. But if you are lucky, I would recommend snapping one of these up, because this is probably the most beautiful necklace I have ever owned, and yet I can't link you to where I got it from because she's not there anymore. She doesn't just sit at the bottom of the tour every single day. So if you are local to Glastonbury, maybe you do know who makes these, but it was about 6 or 7 years ago now. And if you do have the chance to see the layout that she puts out on the floor of all of these pieces of jewellery, I would thoroughly recommend getting some, because honestly, probably my most beautiful necklace that I have ever purchased ever, and I don't even know how to tell you where to get it, which is a real shame, because they would do so well, like actually so well. Now, I do have a collection of just pendants that I will show you really quickly. The first is a really small, really dainty little quartz and copper pendant, and I got this one from Shop Dixi. Now, Shop Dixi is actually a very small company. It looks very big and professional, and they did their website beautifully, but it is only a small number of people that actually work behind the scenes and that design the items and that create them and that run the website, and you can get some really beautiful witchy jewellery from them. And as you will see, I have most of my rings are from Shop Dixi, and I got this one a couple of years ago, just a really beautiful quartz point with a quartz sphere, and it is gorgeous. I wear this so often. It did, when I ordered it, come with a chain. I promise it doesn't just come like this, it does come with a chain, but I am one of those people where if I find a chain I really love, I will like switch it between like 50 different necklaces, and so at the minute this is attached to a non-witchy necklace, and so now I just have the pendant. But I really like this, and I would thoroughly recommend Shop Dixi actually for a lot of quite affordable witchy jewellery and rings and necklaces. I've got some stunning necklaces from them that are more like chokers, and honestly, love them, absolutely love them. So next up we have something that I think I kidnapped this from my own stock. Like, I think I actually kidnapped this from my own stock, and I absolutely love it, and I still wear it. This is a beautiful silver Book of Shadows locket. It does actually open, and it is so pretty. I wear this one a lot on one of my interchangeable chains. They're just really cute, and this was one of them where I got them in for my own website, and then I went, I need that, so I took it out of my own stock like a sane person, and I actually end up with a lot of pieces of jewellery like this that I take out of my own website's stock. Whoops. Now, I will say you do not have to buy necklaces like this from me. They are available in so many different occult shops. So if you do find one that is local to you or online that you do want to support that does sell these, I would really recommend them. They are so cute, and especially if you want something that's a little bit more discreet. It's not necessarily a giant pentacle, or it isn't a triple moon, or it isn't a very visible goddess. It's a little more discreet and does very much look like a standard locket to anyone that's looking at it, but it does definitely have a little bit of a witchy feel. And then lastly, for the jewellery, is something that I also don't know where I got it from. However, I will say if you do find someone that sells these, they are really cool and they make a really versatile magical item that also looks cool as a piece of jewellery. So essentially what it is you get a metal spiral. They don't necessarily have to be spirals, there's lots of designs out there, and this is where you hang your necklace from. There is a metal loop at the top which allows you to put it on a chain, and then you buy what I like to call crystal donuts, which are these really cute little crystal donuts. And essentially what you do is you thread the hanging loop through the top of the donut, and then you end up with a necklace that has a crystal and a spiral, or whatever the design on the front is. And you can interchange the crystal donut to be whatever it is that you want. So the ones that I got were for shows and events. So for me personally, I find I get quite dizzy at shows, and it's not because I'm actually dizzy, it's usually the energy around me. So I got myself a fluorite, which is designed for balance, and then I got myself a hematite, which helps to ground me back down again. Because for anyone that's really sensitive to energy, these mind, body and spirit shows that I do attend and do work, they are intense on the energy, and you definitely need your protections up. And when I'm working a show all day, sometimes the protections just aren't enough, and by the end I am kind of floating off and I'm a little bit all over the place. So I like using jewellery to help ground me. So I've just switched it out. Now it is the fluorite one. And you can buy a whole bunch of different donuts for these. So you can have one necklace with a whole bunch of donuts. Now there was a chain to this one as well. Once again, I have just taken it off and it's on another piece of jewellery somewhere around my house. You know what it's like. But I find these really, really useful because if you do enjoy wearing crystal jewellery, it gives you the option to buy one body and then a whole bunch of donuts, which is super helpful. So you can keep the donuts in a little bag and then you can just change them out as and when you need to. So next up we have bracelets. Now I don't typically wear bracelets that often because I have really small wrists, and so bracelets 9 times out of 10 will just fall off me, which is a pain in the ass. But I do have this one. This is a Bracelets bluestone bracelet. Now I'm not entirely certain on where I got this specifically, but I do know that you can get them from a lot of different crystal sellers. You can also get them from Stonehenge itself if you would like to support the gift shop. They do sell them in there, and if you can find a Bracelets bluestone bracelet, they have the most beautiful energy. It is this comforting, grounding, protective energy, and it is so lovely. So when I do feel like I want to wear a bracelet, I will typically go for this one because it is just so comforting and so nice. And Bracelets bluestone, if you have never felt it, is a really, really beautiful stone to work with. It feels a little bit like hematite and granite, but a little softer, which I like. I find that granite can be a little harsh sometimes, so I really like the bluestone. Moving on to earrings. Now we're going to start off with the earrings that I'm currently wearing. These are probably my newest favorite. These are the moon phase earrings from a small company on Etsy called Two Birds. Now I have a few more earrings from them that aren't so witchy related, so they will be going in another video, but these are the ones that I got that are kind of witchy themed, and they are so cool. They're actually iridescent, so depending on the lighting, they go from being purple and green to being pink and gold. So at the moment, this one is kind of pink and gold, and this one is kind of green and purple, depending on the light, and they are absolutely stunning. They're so lightweight as well. I find that my ears get really irritated by anything heavy, and these are so comfortable and light, and you know that I'm going to be buying more of these because they're just so pretty. Though I typically don't wear them in videos, mainly because they get kind of distracting because they're like reflecting all of the light. Now I have a couple of other pairs of earrings that I wear. The first is from the Wildwood. Now this was actually the first purchase I ever made from them, and they are these beautiful, I'm not sure if the camera really does them justice, they are these beautiful wing earrings, and they're iridescent, and they are just stunning. And especially now that I have black hair, they stand out so strongly. They're gorgeous, they're exceptionally lightweight, and they actually have my favorite kind of hook, which I'm not sure if you can see, are these just like super simple wire hooks. So instead of trying to like jangle it into your ear and go around all the little loops on the standard hooks, these are really nice, and also they're so weighted that they don't come out of your ear, which I thoroughly appreciate. These I have probably worn more than any other earrings. Actually more than any other earrings. I think the only earrings that I've worn more than these were like the starter earrings, you know, the ones where you have like a gold stud in your ear for like a year so they can heal. I think besides those, these are my most worn because they're so lightweight. You can actually forget that you're wearing them, and I really like that because when I do attend shows, we leave at like 6 a.m, something like that, and we don't get back sometimes till 9 o'clock at night, and we're working that entire time besides driving. And so for me, I can't be wearing heavy earrings during the day because if I'm working, I just want to take them out of my ears. They're like red and swollen. So these are gorgeous because they're so lightweight. And I think that now they do slightly different earring hooks, but I will have to check. I'll go on and I'll check it out. And then lastly for the earrings are a pair of absolutely beautiful ones. Now I got these from Witchfest Midlands in 2019, I believe. I had so much fun there. It was such a good time. It was probably the first occult show that I have been to but not worked in a really long time. And I'm trying to find a way to best show you these. I am going to have to definitely do close-ups on most of these pieces of jewellery, but these are electroplated citrine earrings, and they are absolutely stunning. I cannot get over how gorgeous they are. So these are from a company called Wilderness Holistics, and the creator Jess has created her own unique style for electroplating these pieces of jewellery, and it is so stunning. I cannot get over how beautiful it is. Every time I see a photo posted on Instagram, I just scream a little inside because they look so beautiful. And by scream, I mean like happy, excited scream, not like ah! I mean like good scream, not bad scream. But they're absolutely beautiful. Each piece is almost entirely unique because it very much depends on the crystal that is being used and the individual style that has been undertaken for that particular piece of jewellery. My mum has got pieces of jewellery from them. I have got pieces of jewellery from them. I honestly really love the style, and I definitely need to get more in the future because they're beautiful. They also do ear weights. So if you do have stretched ears, they do also specifically make pieces of jewellery that are suitable for you, which are gorgeous, and it makes me kind of wish I had stretched ears, but equally I don't really want to go through that process. But if you do, they have options for stretched ears so that you can support a small business and have something that's very unique instead of just putting standard earrings through stretched ears. Instead, these are specifically designed as ear weights for stretched ears, which I think is just really, really awesome. And then we're on to the last category, which are rings. Now, I actually keep all of my rings in this super cute little box. Like, it's so cute. And yeah, my rings nearly went everywhere. Now I'm going to run through this relatively quickly because I think all of the rings in here, besides two of them, which are these two, are all from Shop Dixi. Now I really, really love Shop Dixi. They create some amazing designs. A lot of you will likely know them from their collaboration with Harmony Nice. She put out a whole collection with Shop Dixi, and I was lucky enough to get just a few pieces, and they are gorgeous. And then next thing you know, I am like getting more and more and more and more and more, and I have missed out on so many limited collections that I really wish I could get hold of. There was one that was in the Harmony Nice collection that was a green man, and I wanted that so bad, but by the time I got round to getting it, there was only one left, and it wasn't in my size, and it was so sad. But I do have a lot of rings from them. The two that aren't from them are this one. I will definitely be putting in a zoomed in shot so that you can see what this one is. This is essentially a poison ring. So poison rings are really interesting. They actually have a little opener, so a little bit like a locket. They have a little section inside that you can put whatever you want in before sealing it up. Obviously, historically, you added poison in them, though I definitely would not recommend anyone to do that now. And I got this from a crystal branch, actually. There is a whole series of shops in the southern part of England that I think they're just called Crystal or Crystals. I'll have to check, but I will put the website down in the description box. And they're essentially a series, like a chain of different shops that sell large crystal pieces and crystal jewellery. And I got this from one of them, and I absolutely love it. I wear it all the time. The only annoyance that I have with it is that because I've had it for quite a while, every time I move, it opens, and so I end up like catching the locket aspect on it on everything I own. But as long as you're careful with it, you have to like wear it a specific way. I think I have to wear it so that the opening section is pointing down, otherwise as I'm walking it keeps opening and closing, and that can get really, really annoying. So I have that one and I wear it all the time. Like in most videos I am wearing rings, I am wearing this one because I just love it so, so much. The rest of them that I'm going to show you today are from Shop Dixi. Now, I'm not going to be able to give you the names of all of them in this section because I actually can't remember all of the names, but any of them that are still available, and actually even the ones that are no longer available, I will try to put their names in the description box. Sometimes you will find them for sale on eBay if someone doesn't want their rings anymore and they want to sell them off. So if there's something that you really like that I personally have that isn't available right now, you might find that something similar will come out in a few months or a year, because they are constantly creating brand new things. And I really enjoy Shop Dixi. They are definitely a small shop that looks very big, so it's very, very customer orientated, and I think it's really beautiful. They often do almost competitions, but they're not really a competition, where you send in designs that you would love to be created into jewellery, and they do select some people to do it. So I think I follow a couple of people actually that had their jewellery designs selected, and they've now been turned into pieces of jewellery that people can buy, and that is just so cool to me, the fact that it's so inspired by the customers. Like, I love it. I love it. So what I will probably do is I am going to show these on the screen, and I am going to bring a voiceover over most of it, because honestly, I don't think I can fully do these justice from this distance, because like it's really tiny. It's just like super tiny back here. So I am going to do close-ups of these and do voiceover for this bit, just so you can really see what the pieces look like and what looks like what. So while I was researching for this video, I did notice that most of the rings I have are either out of stock temporarily, or like the Future Mystic ring, are permanently out of stock because they were limited edition for the Harmony Nice collection. Now, a lot of these rings, they do have similar styles on the website currently. So if you see one that you like, you might be able to find something really similar, like this one, the Matriarch ring. I only got it maybe a couple of weeks ago, so that one might be coming back into stock. These three, however, the Willow Magick ring, as well as the other two that are about to come up, are still currently in stock, and they are likely going to continue being in stock because they are so popular. So if you do like them, these are options that are generally always available. And then here are just a selection of my rings, all worn together like I typically wear them. So I generally have garnet, labradorite, and then these aura mystic style rings, which are just really, really cool. So that is all of the jewellery that I have that is witchy and pagan that are my personal favourites. I probably have more around, out and about. You know how it is. You buy something, you wear it a couple times, you put it down, you lose it. Or maybe that's just me. I am that person though, where if I'm wrapping presents and I put the sellotape down, even if the sellotape is right in front of me, I will no longer be able to see it. Like, I actually think that might get transported to a different realm, a different dimension, and I just can't see it. And then when someone else walks into the room and I ask them, hey, have you seen the sellotape? It's like right in front of me, and they're like, Eleanor, it's right there. And I'm like, oh, okay. I've actually done that. I lost a stapler and it was underneath my leg. How I managed to do that, I don't know. But I do the same thing with everything else that I own. So it's inevitable that I will have put down a piece of jewellery and I will love it and love it and love it, and then I will lose it. And then in 3 years, it will miraculously pop up and I will be able to show you guys. I'm just popping back in at the very end of this video. It's been a couple of hours since I last filmed, to say that for any of you who really loved the boxes that my auntie made for Christmas this year. So I showed you this one in my What I Got for Christmas video, and it's this really beautiful altar box with these roots going down the front, and then on the inside it is like this. And it says Hearthwitch with the flames in resin. I wanted to let you guys know that I had so many comments saying, Is your auntie going to make more of the boxes? Can we get hold of the boxes? Where can we buy the boxes? Will the boxes ever be available? That my auntie has set up an Etsy store and she is going to start selling the boxes. They aren't going to be exactly the same as this, obviously, because this one is a personalised one for me because it was my Christmas present. But we did set up an Etsy store this past week and there's going to be a few items on there. I don't have all of the boxes that she's already done here with me today because a lot of them she has, or a lot of them are at my parents' house because that's where they're going to be stored. But there are a few that I have here that I can show you. So there's this one with the roots going all the way down the front, which is really beautiful. And it's a little bit of a smaller tree, and these are actually diamantes rather than just white dots. And this is so pretty. There's one that she's done which is like pink, purple and blue pastel, and it's really pretty, and I'm not even a pastel lover and I really like that one. And then there's also going to be some in the more purpley blue designs, and they all have the resin interiors, and each box actually has a slightly different interior. So this one is the pentacle, the pentacle in metallic blue, and then this one with the roots going down the front, the interior looks like this. And each box and each resin pour is slightly different, so each box is basically unique, and I'm obsessed with them, and I just wanted to let you guys know because I had so many of you on my Christmas, what I got for Christmas video asking about the boxes. So here is update on the boxes. The link to the Etsy shop is down in the description box. And yeah, she loves doing them, so it's really nice that you guys had so many nice messages for her, because that's really appreciated because you guys are absolutely awesome. So I'll let you get back to the end of the video you were just watching, but thanks for letting me just pop in here and add this bit in. But I hope that you did enjoy this video. I know it's a little bit unusual for me. I wanted to post a video this week, and I also wanted to support a lot of smaller businesses because obviously the past year has been really difficult for a lot of small businesses. And also I was working on a couple of really big videos that I'm still doing a lot of work on. And so I wanted to post a big video, but I didn't finish the script in time. So now we're posting this one instead. So I hope that you guys don't mind. But I really like just sharing with you some of my favorite things. And I know that my favorites videos in the past have been really popular with you guys and you really enjoyed it. So if you did enjoy it, feel free to give it a like. It really means so much to me. What is your favorite piece out of these? Have you purchased anything from any of these creators? I would really love to know because it's a very small world. I've discovered this, especially in the UK. You will attend like 5 events and you will see like the same people at every single event because it's such a small community when you actually get deep down into it. So if you guys have any pieces from these creators, let me know. I would absolutely love to know. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, video ideas, or just want to chit chat with the community, feel free to post a comment down in the comment section. And if you do enjoy the magical content on this channel or in this video, feel free to hit subscribe. I promise I do typically make more educational content. This has just been one of those busy weeks and I just wanted to show you pretty things. And you know what? That's okay sometimes too. I hope that you guys have a marvelous magical day. I hope that you're all staying safe and I will see you in my next video. Bye!